Hi, Tony.
Hi, James.
Are you well, Tone?
I'm very well.
Tone, do you ever think about retirement, what you might get up to?
Steady.
I know, it's early doors, especially early doors for him. He's a whippersnapper, isn't he?
No, I do, actually. I look forward to my retirement. I work, you know, very hard all my life and I'm still working hard, and I'm hoping that my children will take over the business and keep it going so I can sit on a beach with palm trees and cocktails and coconuts.
Dream on, eh? Dream on, Tone. He'll be down there, mate. Say, Dad, come and help us in the restaurant. What about you, my man? I know it's a long way off for you.
Well, you know, I'd love the palm trees and cocktails on a beach, but for me, I'd really like a big ski lodge. Yeah. I'd love that. Get all the family over, the mountains in the background, maybe a hot tub at the front.
Oh,
we're all dreaming.
A hot tub at the front. Oh, dear. My auntie got in there. There'd be no room in that hot tub, I'll tell you. But, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a couple of people on the programme today who really look forward to retirement. Why? Because they had things planned. Let's find out more as we welcome from Hertfordshire, Gladys Aretz. Hello, Gladys. How are you, darling? Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Hi, Gladys.
Hello, James.
How are you?
Right,
Yeah.
I'm fine, thank you.
Now, so it all began with you being a teacher, am I right?
Yes, it
A head
did.
teacher, to be more precise.
Yes, I retired 5 years ago from 18 years of headship, yes. 4 in one school and 14 in another.
Wow, and then you come out of it, and as I was saying to everyone at home that you had plans. What have you actually gone into?
Oh, my plans were 3 things, really, because as a head teacher you have very little time for hobbies.
Sure.
School is your life. I wanted to learn to tap dance, I wanted to learn Spanish, and I wanted to join the ladies' choir.
Wow, we're going to find out a lot more about what, or whether she actually got to do all of those things. Go on, tip your bag out, because we've got one of our lovely chefs here to cook some lovely food for you.
Let's see what you got.
This is a lovely bag. Well, I think so.
There we are. OK,
Oh, wow.
What have we got here? Tell us very briefly.
Right. Well, I've brought with me quark. Not used a great deal, but I use it a lot, especially for cakes. It's very good for cheesecakes.
Sure.
That's my quark.
And 99% fat-free, ladies and gentlemen. That's particularly good for that.
Yes.
Okay.
Macaroon biscuits. I do use biscuits in my cooking, but not macaroon biscuits, so I'd like really to know a little bit more as to how I can incorporate those.
And you want to incorporate them with the chocolate, the hazelnut pears and
yes,
How much did you spend on all that little lot?
Here, £4.97.
Good shopping bag, I say. Allowed up to £5, ladies and gentlemen. A good classic bag. Does our chef approve? Do you like that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
Some desserts are on the way, I feel. So, yeah, no, good. Yeah.
And using your old quark too. I so agree with you. A lot of people don't use it because that's why we need chefs like this, just to show people how versatile it actually is.
Yes.
And we've got somebody else who's very versatile in your choir. Ladies and gentlemen, she's here. She's also from Hertfordshire. Please welcome Cathy Hemingway. I almost said Catherine.
Hello, Catherine.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
No, I almost called you Catherine there for a minute. Having met you before, you just got them eyes, haven't you, darling? How you doing? Good?
Oh, thank you, yes.
And are you enjoying being in the choir with your mate?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Something you look forward to every day, I should
Every week
imagine.
we go, yes. Every week, yes.
Brilliant. Let's have a look in your bag first, and we'll talk about all your what you've achieved, all your ultimate goals in retirement. But first, tell us what you've brought along then, Cathy.
Well, lamb chops, because that's my favourite meat, lamb. And the vegetables for colour. And feta, I do use it, but not a great deal. So I would like to know how you could incorporate that with lamb and the vegetables.
Yes, sure. And how much did you spend?
£5 and twopence.
£5 and 2p, a little bit over. You should have gone shopping with her. I tell you. You've got it right, haven't you? Good old Gladys. Now, what about that then, Chef? Does that appeal to you?
It does, and I think the twopence was for the bit of string, so we're all right, yeah?
All right, then, yeah, we won't moan about that.
That does, that's lovely. A lovely
combination,
bag. Right
lovely colours too, isn't it?
Absolutely, and lamb's my favourite meat as well.
That's good.
Brilliant. OK, you have a bit of a chat, but first, let's find out what our lovely James is going to cook for Gladys.
Right then, miss. What we're going to cook is we're going to do a chocolate and black cherry fondant, which is kind of like a half-cooked sponge, OK? But we're going to do it not in the microwave, we're going to put it in the oven and proper ring. We're going to take some of the macaroons, add some citrus juices to them, poach the pears in vanilla and white wine. 1 pear I'm going to fan out on top, use some of the quark, then we're going to poach meringue over the top of it, flambe up, so you've got kind of like a baked Alaska going on with a soft filling, but with pears in it as well. Poached pears in vanilla syrup for the other one. Chocolate sauce, lovely combination. Caramelised hazelnuts, and I think that's enough to be going on with.
I think that sounds delicious.
It
What
sounds
do you think?
great, doesn't it?
Yeah, and do you prefer to be called Miss, Mum? What do they call you at school?
At school, they called me Mum.
Mum.
I stand corrected, Mum. I do apologise.
Oh, you watch it, mate. Give me detention. Go on, sort him out. OK, let's find out what's happening over here. Tony?
OK, we're going to take the little kind of T-bone, if you like, out of the lamb, and we're going to make what we call rosettes, so little roses of lamb. We're going to serve that with boulanger potatoes cooked with onions. Potato and onions, so it's a great marriage for lamb. We're going to do a kind of niçoise, a feta niçoise salad, using the beans and the red onions, a bit of potato, the pepper. I'm also going to stuff some of the pepper with some feta mixed with herbs and some egg, maybe. Bake that off in the oven.
Yeah, wonderful.
And then just some marinated feta. It works really well with citrus flavours.
Lovely. A little bit of lemon zest and all that, and olive oil. Does that sound good?
Yes, wonderful.
Sounds delicious. Oh, I think they're going to be singing for their supper here, or will they be? We'll find out when I say those words. Ready, steady, cook. OK, up and running, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard about the macaroons here. There's going to be taken and soaking in a little bit of citrus juice, and they're just going to be poaching off some pears, fanning one out on top, a little bit of the old quarks combined to give it that kind of bit of richness, if you like, considering that's only got 99% less fat. That's only 1% fat in that. That's going to be really nice. The chocolate's going to go on top of the pears. We're also going to have the old pitted black cherries there combined with the hazelnuts that are going to be caramelised. Interestingly enough, that would be something that would go quite nice with the old lamb here. Taking out the bone there, Tony referred to it as the T-bone, and on top of that, he's going to cook that down with some boulanger potatoes, the old potato, onion cooked down, the feta cheese is going to be served with loads of lovely herbs and oil, and then we've got a stuffed pepper, all sorts of wonderful things. You know what it's like. In 20 minutes, we deliver some fantastic dishes for you, and it's all coming your way. Right, Chef, starting off the nuts quite early, are you going to take the skins off them, or
exactly.
What
we need to do is, because these have got a big husk on them, to get the husk off, you put heat through them. So a bit of heat, first of all, straight into the oven. Then after that, I'm going to get a cloth, and it sounds strange, but you put them in a cloth, give them a good working, and they all rub together, and you get all the husk off.
OK.
Otherwise, it gets caught in your teeth.
And how long would you do that for? And you can also roast these in the oven, can't you?
Yeah, no, I'm going to start them off just to get the heat in there, first of all. Probably 10 minutes. Yeah, OK. You know, and then we get it roasted and get the husks off, and
get that
then
heat
you're not going to get them in your teeth.
OK, that's lovely. All right, then. So we've got hazelnuts on the way. We've got this, and that's a bit of hot water in there, Chef?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks. Cheers.
Right, mate. Lovely. Now, we have someone here, obviously. Oh, there we are. Gladys, who's saying that she loves her quark. Is it something that you might even consider using in the restaurant?
Well, it's fat-free cream cheese. Cheesecakes, stuff like that, American-style baked ones and stuff. We're going to do a cheesecake with it today, actually, using some of the black cherries. So definitely something I'd use. And like you said, the health benefits of it, it's not so heavy. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of cream in there to bulk it out because I'm using it in other dishes.
Sure.
But even so, you know, 99%
great in things like a cheese tart or something like that.
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah, it really is versatile, guys. It's just a matter of being prepared to have a go. And is it something that you've used all your life then, Gladys?
Oh, no, not until... I didn't know it until I married, but I married somebody who's German, and I was introduced to it in Germany. Yeah. Use it a great deal now, both on bread and butter with some strawberry jam or raspberry jam on the top, or in cooking, cheesecakes especially.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. She's already given you a couple of tips there, hasn't she, eh? Spread it on the old sort of bread with a bit of strawberry jam and stuff like that. Very nice. And don't forget, you can mix herbs and garlic through it if you want, and then put it into a sieve and let some of the juices sort of drain out of it into a cloth or a sieve. And as it comes out, it just thickens, and you have something like a cream cheese, but low-fat cream cheese. So trying to always give you one or two tips here on the programme. Now, Chef, what about the old pastry?
Right, now what we're going to do, this is going to be our fondant mix, OK? So what I've got is 2.5 ounces of butter. Yeah. Same again of caster sugar. Same again of flour. Then it's going to be 1 yolk for richness, 2 eggs. And the idea is we half bake it. So after the cherries have been strained, they get dropped to the top when it's raw. And then after that, we're going to break in some of the chocolate. I'm not going to melt all of this down. I'm just going to break some of it up.
And that's the stage you want it,
that's creamed, cream, what we call the cream stage, yeah. OK, there you go. So a bit of this chocolate straight in here for the sauce, which is great. Oh, pears are ready, lovely.
Yeah. What are you looking for? You just shouted us.
I'm looking for a sieve.
Hanging up on top,
just up here. Right. Just hanging up here. I'll pull that down for you. And there's a glass bowl just under here for you. How's that, Gladys? OK. Keep the juice. The chef might want the juice.
Oh, absolutely.
Chef, shake your nuts. You want to get the skins off. There we are.
OK, I'm shaking it.
Get out of here. You know what I was talking about. Down here, we're in the green pepper kitchen later. Sorry, red tomato kitchen. I'm getting confused now. What's he like? And Chef's already started off just salting a little bit of red onion with that. Is that a touch of thyme in there, Chef?
A little bit of thyme.
Very aromatic herb, that is. Why the thyme, Chef? Any other herb you could use?
Boulanger potatoes. Thyme, onions, potato. Fantastic. I want to show you this.
OK.
This is called a rosette of lamb. This is called a chop with a bone in it.
OK.
OK, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the bone out of the chop. First of all, I'm going to trim this.
Wow. And what would you use that in there?
I'm going to use it for the gravy.
Beautiful. There you go.
All that'll be used for the gravy. Right, now...
All right, then, Chef, you carry on. All the bones, everything in there.
Yeah, working around the bones. Just working around the bones with your knife, because obviously we want to get... There's not very much meat on these little things, so we want to save as much as we can.
All right.
Right, so you've got it like that, and then you've got a nice piece of fat to go around the edge.
Lovely rose, actually. Oh, this is quite nice, isn't
Lovely,
it?
isn't it?
Watching how this is done. 15 minutes to go.
Right, and then we're just going to tie it.
Kathy needs another job as soon as you finish,
Yeah,
Chef,
as soon as I've done this,
She's already cut up those beans lovely.
I know,
she's trimmed the potato.
she's
Do you want
good.
the potato cut up in any way?
I'm going to slice it really thin for the... I'll tell you what, you could just move those onions about in case they burn.
There you go. All right,
That's lovely.
Beautiful.
And then we get... Could you get me some eggs from the fridge, please?
Beautiful.
Kathy?
And what about other meat, Chef, that would you... we know it's classic, the old boulanger with lamb, but what about a nice bit of a, sort of a pork chop or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Venison, anything that you want?
All that sort of stuff. Right, if you could just break two into a bowl. I want 2 whole eggs and a yolk into the bowl.
There you go, my love. You OK with that? All
right, so we're going to start that cooking a little bit.
All right, and you want the one tatty, Chef. How you said you were going to slice that? I don't know how you wanted it. Do you want it on one of those things?
I don't know. What's that like?
Does that do the job for you?
How do I separate?
Yeah?
Yeah.
There you go.
How do I do the egg?
Just do it the best way you can. That's all right. That's it, my love. That's it. Yeah, slip it in my hand. There you go. Give that a bit of a shake. There you go. There we are. And pop that in there. OK, that's brilliant. Well done. OK, Tone, tell us what you're doing with those tatties.
Right, I've got my potatoes thinly sliced. In a ring, I've put the onions that the red onion that I started off, and then I'm just going to...
Do you want those eggs whipped up?
Just beaten.
Just beaten?
Yeah.
OK, do you want to beat it with a fork? Would that make it easier for you?
Yep.
Is that all right? Lovely. OK, they're in the oven.
Yeah.
All right, then.
It's hot here. We'll start this.
Lovely. And you've got the old, just finding a little bit more of the old root of the old thyme. Straight in there, that's for your stock, isn't it?
Yes,
Chef?
please, yeah. Yeah, a little bit of... Yeah, no, go on.
Just sticking out the top of your head, Tone.
Oh, is it?
There we are, no problem at all. 13 minutes to go. All right. And this is the old gravy here, ladies and gentlemen. The chef's just taken our bones. Traditionally, we'd like to cook it with bones in for a good few, several hours, sometimes 8 hours to get a really good stock. And you're going to be skimming it off. We haven't got much time, but what the chef is doing is trying to improve the kind of quality of his gravy by making it with nice fresh bones there and all the trimmings from the lamb. So really good tip.
Right, Kathy.
There we are.
What we're going to do is we've formed some little pockets here. Not too much water now.
There you go. Not a lot. All right, just allow that to boil down there. And I'll put that on a nice sort of boiling heat there for you. OK, how are you getting on?
Right, thank you.
All right, it's a bit manic, isn't it? I think it's just... maybe the chef just wants you to... What do you want?
Don't scoop that. Don't scoop that. That's
OK, that's got to be filled.
I'll tell you the only reason why is because that forms a nice little pocket that's going to hold our filling in.
So it's like a little boat, isn't it, Tone?
Exactly. We'll go sailing in a minute if I had time, but I haven't got time, so...
Well, and we're putting eggs inside the cheese.
A little bit of eggs in here.
Yeah.
Because feta, I don't normally cook with it. I love it on salads, but on opening the packet, I found that if you peel this back here, it's got some lovely recipe ideas. Yeah, and one it says really like omelettes, so that kind of gave me that idea. Yeah. So we're mixing this with some eggs. We're going to put some fresh herbs in there.
There we are, a bit of salt and pepper. Oh, no salt in there, just a bit of pepper. And that's going to go inside your little boats.
That's going to go inside the boats and into the oven to bake off.
Lovely. I'll come back and see you. Let's get back to the green pepper kitchen, ladies and gentlemen. Time is moving on. Notice once again, the chef was telling you about his nuts here. Let's show you just how we get those... telling you how we get... Right. Every time I say it on this programme, what you lot like.
Right, here we go. So...
There you go.
OK, quick. These have been roasted off, OK? It's a clean cloth. Now watch. Get your cloth, put them in the middle, like so. Right, and then all we do is, you've got to work it. You've got to feel that magic. You've got to squeeze them nuts, and you just got to roll it, OK? So just
Mum doesn't approve over here.
Sorry, Mum.
I don't know, but I'm retired now.
Anyway,
you're retired now, love. All right.
After this, Mum, what happens is, after you do this removes some of the husk.
Yeah.
And what you end up with, you see how the hazelnuts have started to release?
Oh, yeah.
And look what you have left at the bottom. That's what gets caught up in your teeth, sits in your digestive system and everything. So if I had loads of time, I'd stand there and be rolling them all day.
OK.
But that's good enough for me. So what I'm going to do is...
let's have a round of applause for James rolling his nuts. Fantastic. That's very, very nice indeed. OK, we've got the pears poaching there. I thought what was really interesting is the chef putting that little glass dome, that little glass bowl on top. You can see them poaching off there. You can see the influence of the little vanilla that's kind of a... Can I have a little bit of a look at that, chef?
Watch your pinkies.
Yeah, OK, then. And we're poaching it in what, chef? Is it white
wine, vanilla. Yeah, white wine, vanilla. And also, actually, Ains, while you got it off, here,
there we are.
Bit of the juice.
A little bit of the juice that's come from the...
Give them a turn for me.
OK, there we are. Just roll those round. And the little flecks, as I said, of the vanilla seed there, just kind of coming up on the surface of the... or showing on the surface of the pears. Lovely. Halfway now, guys. Right. Time is moving on. I'd love to be able to talk to you. We've got to switch it off for a bit, haven't we? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I know. Tell me all about this wonderful ladies' choir, then. It's you've taken it all over the world, haven't you?
Well, no, not all over the world, but I did organise a trip to Germany
and what was that
years ago. It was really exciting. We had fine weather, we had wonderful scenery along the River Rhine, and we had a great host in Boehringer male voice choir.
Yeah. And you said you organised. You're the chairperson of the choir, are you?
I am now. Yes, I wasn't at the time, but I am now.
Oh wow! And how long will that post last for?
A maximum of 4 years.
4 years, wow. Yes. So you could get voted out in 1 or 2?
Oh, certainly, yes. I hope not.
Yeah, oh, no. So how do people, give people an idea, because the great thing about it is both you and Kathy have retired and you had your dream that you wanted to do something and you've joined a choir. How do people get into these type of things? Because normally it's just church. They think if I don't go to church, how do I get into a choir?
Oh, there are so many things out there. I looked it up on the internet and looked on to the Hertfordshire base and there was Stevenage Ladies' Choir.
Sure, and that's it. And most areas have their own little local choir.
Oh, yes, indeed, yes.
How is it different, do you think, then, Gladys, compared to when you were at school? Because you were the boss, weren't you?
Yes, it's very different. Music is, first of all, a great leveller, and I've gone in as just one of the choir, whereas at school, you're quite right, I was the boss, and you don't meet and sustain a lot of true friendships.
Sure, absolutely. Well, it's like, you know, that's like being a head chef or a boss in the restaurant, isn't it? It's very difficult to have that friendship, that bond with people.
You've got to draw a line.
You've got to draw a line.
You've got to keep that kind of...
discipline.
It sounds bad, but yeah, you can't be their best friend all the time, an all right mate kind of thing. You've got to draw a line with stuff like that, and people know where they're at. And you can get things done better.
Sure. It's like being a coach of, for you kids out there, it's like being a coach of a football team. I think Kenny Dalglish did that. 1 minute he was a player, and the next minute he was a boss. It's a fine line, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Trying to get that thing. Let's get back to our chef. We found out about this, all that kind of bubbling, all the nuts taking off the skins, that bubbling sugar. What's in there, chef?
Right, I've put some sugar in there, and now we're making a butterscotch sauce.
Yeah.
OK, so adding butter to it slowly, it starts thickening up. Just going to turn down the heat a little bit.
Yeah.
It's that one. And basically, that's almost ready. You can smell it. It's rich, and also the butter adds a lovely richness. Drizzle the sauce over the top and around the meringue.
Lovely. And not too much.
No.
OK. Well, mind you, you're getting less in the old quark, aren't you?
Chocolate
We've got the
sauce.
chocolate melting down here.
So chocolate, bit of cream in there at the last moment. Again, ready? Time to come off the heat. Leave that there. We drizzle that around our poached pear, our other poached pear.
OK, and how do we know that was time to come off the heat? Because the chocolate has melted.
The chocolate has melted. It's just do it gradually. If you do it too much, the butter, the cocoa butter, goes too thick and starts to cook it too much. Look at that dropping consistency.
Lovely.
That's what you want.
That's OK. All right, we've got 6 minutes to go. We've got pears going here.
Over in the oven.
Yeah.
I'm only half cooking this, remember? It needs a little bit longer, but that's chocolate and the cherry cooking through in the fondant. That's the fondant cooking down there. All these recipes are available on our website, guys. Or you've got C-Facts, it's there too. OK. So, and this is the old quark going on top of... We've got the macaroons with a little bit... How did you moisten your macaroons? Right. So, orange juice, orange zest. Meringue's going to go on top of the quark. Chocolate is starting to melt into the hot vanilla poached pear. Yeah. A few of the black cherries, meringue over the top, glaze it up, ready to go. Beautiful. And over in the corner, we're going to combine the two together now. Cherries on top, cherry cheesecake coming up. Cherry cheesecake. I want you to scoop out a portion of that so we see the full effects of that later. Lovely. Thank you very much, Gladys. We're down here in the Red Tomato kitchen with Chef Tony Tobin, busy grating away at the old lemon zest. We're going to find out what that's going in. We've got rosettes of lamb coming out of the oven. We've got char grilled piece of potato. Tell us what's happening here, Chef. What's happening How are you going to bring that all together? Well, this is a kind of a removed, salad niçoise removed, if you like. Yeah. So I've taken... The ingredients kind of reminded me of beans, so we've made them look like French beans. Yeah. And we've got potato and we've got onion.
I'm going to poach an egg. We've got this, and we're just going to make it all pretty on the plate, and we'll serve it with just a little bit of roasted feta. My rosettes have turned into Valentine chops.
Yeah.
They're heart-shaped, yeah, because the string fell off, and so they unwrap.
That's all right then, Chef. Yeah, well, I don't mind that. It's meant to happen, isn't it?
It was meant to happen.
It's meant to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, lovely. All happening there.
Don't touch that.
Alto.
Yes.
Alto. You sing alto. It's one of the hardest things.
Yes, it is.
Explain to everybody at home what alto is, please,
that's
Kathy.
the deep notes, the harmony.
OK. So, oh, deep.
Yes, like that.
Really, really deep. Wow.
Yeah, really
and did it strain your throat at all?
No, you get used to it. You get used to it.
Yeah. And how often do you have to practice if you're going to perform? Because I'm just saying you're going off to Germany, you're travelling around the country and stuff.
We rehearse every Thursday.
Let me give this to you. Yeah, carry on.
We rehearse every Thursday, and then we have extra rehearsals if we've got a concert coming up.
And do you enjoy it? Does it get you out the house?
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
Yeah? And do you socialise with each other then? Do you go to each other's house for dinner and stuff?
Yes, we do. Yes.
So it really is. It makes you. It enriches your life,
absolutely,
really, does it?
Yes, I've been in the choir 36 years, so that's a long time.
Wow. And are there people coming and going all the time?
Yes.
It must be.
There's about 60 of us at the moment, I think.
And what about venues that you perform in? Because you guys are getting around. Obviously, if you've travelled, you must have performed in some quite prestigious places here in Britain.
The Albert Hall.
We
did that twice, and we did the Messiah at the Albert Hall with about 1,000 voices.
Oh, wow.
And the funny story there was...
3 minutes, guys, 3 minutes.
When we were doing the Messiah, when it got to the Alleluia chorus, everybody stood up, and I didn't know that that's what they did, and I thought they were all going home.
Really? Did you think, well, they're leaving? Yes. They don't like our voices?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. No, they do. They all stand up there, don't they?
Yes.
Some of them join in too.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. And what about the smaller, intimate venues? Is that...
we sing in all the local churches.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's good. Yeah, that's
long
good.
may it last. 36 years,
Thank
eh?
you, yes.
It's gone like that, hasn't
Absolutely.
it? Just absolutely flown by. Chef, tell us what you're doing, and how do you want Kathy to finish these up?
Right, it's just some olive oil in there and the juices. We're just going to marinate a bit of feta in there.
OK. A bit of feta going in there too.
Boulanger potatoes are out, and you just need to press it down a little bit. Underneath is the onions, on top is the potatoes.
Lovely.
And then very carefully take this ring off.
Yeah, I think one of each will be enough. That's it. And what type of herbs do you want in here, Chef? A bit of mint or a bit of basil?
Yeah, all that.
OK. Yeah, all that. You know, the chefs are like, all that. Just get it in there. OK, 2 minutes to go. Here we are, my darling. Just chop that up there as quick as you can. OK, and throw that into your dressing. And all that, and the chef might even use that orange and that lemon for a bit of garnish later on. I'll leave them to that. Let's go over here very quickly. Green Pepper Kitchen, you can see that the chef twiddling his pear there, making it stand up on the plate. Over here, we've got Gladys trying to get that meringue in the bag as quickly as possible. Hurry up, he's saying, love, hurry up, get it there. OK, 1.5 minutes to go. Let's get this out then, guys. Fantastic. So do you get to eat a lot of food with it, considering your husband's German-style cuisine?
German-style cuisine? Well, there's a lot of misunderstanding about German-style cuisine. I don't know that they ever call it cuisine. You know, it's not sauerkraut and sausages, but we do a lot of other things. Take a piece of beef and marinate it in wine, vinegar and leaves for 4 or 5 days. Yes, schnitzel,
so it's a lot more exciting than people think.
Oh, absolutely. Yes,
there we are. And if you want to taste good German food, marry a German. That's what I say, isn't it, darling? Fantastic.
He doesn't do the cooking, though.
He doesn't? Oh, this is it. Oh, no wonder he's married you then. All right, we've got meringues just finishing off here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got our blowtorch. Just going to get that going now. We've also got that wonderful... I'll get that out there for you, Chef. Less than 45 seconds to go now, gentlemen. Let's get this food out on time now. All right, hope we've given you some tips at home about what you can do with your retirement time. Maybe join a choir. You heard what Gladys was saying down there. Check out the internet, loads of information. But now it's all about food. It's all about our audience and whether they think the chefs have done something remarkable with the bag that they were given. Think about that, guys. You're going to have to vote for them in less than 20 seconds. All right, let's get this food out now. Help me count down any moment now. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop! Wow. Smells good, it looks good, but to remind you of what our chef started with, James Tanner had in his bag some cork cheese, macaroon biscuits, a tin of cherries, hazelnuts, a bar of chocolate and a couple of pears, whilst Tony Tobin had some lamb loin chops, a potato, feta cheese, runner beans, red pepper and a red onion. Oh, that was really exciting, wasn't it? That last minute, the chefs are running around. It always adds to the intensity and the excitement of the programme. Oh, well, it's your turn, Kate, so pick up your cup and have a bit of a go. There's so much going on here. What about a name, chef?
Well, I think that she is a cherry good singer, and Ma'am or Miss, nothing compares to you.
Ooh.
Oh. Very good.
OK, so poached pears. Tell us what you did then, chef.
Poached pears, vanilla. We put some of the black cherry juices in there, but really it started off with the white wine. That's the white wine flavour. The vanilla seeds, the flecks go through it. Lovely sweetness. Finished it with chocolate sauce as well. A few sesame seeds for a crunch. A thick, gooey chocolate sauce is the way to go. Lovely.
Fudge, like a fudgy chocolate
exactly.
sauce.
So
that's what we're looking for. That's
if you had a scoop of ice cream with that now, it'd be gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Right.
OK.
OK, black cherry quark cheesecake. So a bit of icing sugar. Half and half, really, quark and cream as well. Lay it up with the black cherries, the squashed down macaroons, some of the thick chocolate around the outside, laced with chocolate on top as well, if you like chocolate, and that's that one as well.
Well, you can have the chocolate powder, because quark goes equally well, like a tiramisu or something
exactly.
like that.
Exactly, same kind of principle.
OK.
Now, over here, the half-cooked, remember, we just cooked it out, so it's soft and gooey in the middle, which is the idea. Lovely. If I turn this around so you can see...
have a little bit of a lift up there.
That's the whole idea. It's gooey. You've got black cherries in there, you've got chunks of chocolate in there, we've got the butterscotch hazelnut sauce over the top, dollop of cream on top of it. Why not, you know? Onto your lips and into your hips, as they say, and all that kind of thing.
Excuse me.
Right? Well, sorry, you ain't got any, you're right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And then
you can sing it off, lovey.
And then over here, let me dig down deep for this one. We've got the meringue on top. We've got the citrus at the bottom with the citrus macaroons. I cut down the poached pear, chocolate pieces, cherry pieces, and ooh la la. Oh. And there you have it. And I'll leave that there so you guys can see what's in it. And that's the lot. Got my portion. Lovely.
Oh, it's melt in your mouth time. It's wonderful.
And the quark, we've got the quark going through that over the top of the pear.
Mum approves.
Splendid.
There we are. OK, Kathy, you've been waiting so patiently and can't wait to pick up that cutlery. Go on then, do have a go. Tell us what you think. But first, a name from our chef, Tony.
Well, we're going to call it Feta Get Your Chops Round This.
What did you do with your ingredients?
OK, what we did was, first of all, we made our chop into a rosette, tied it up, seared it in the pan, got it in the oven, decided we didn't like rosettes, so we prayed and the string fell off, and turned it into kind of Valentine chops, if you like, which we put them on top of some boulanger potatoes, red onions, shredded really, really fine, cooked with butter and thyme, put into a ring, sliced potatoes really fine, a little bit of seasoning, place them on top, into the oven and bake it off. That's very nice and thin.
Someone
and
could
light.
put that into a dish, though. You don't need to put it into a ring.
No, you can put it. Yeah, no, this is a chefy thing.
Yeah.
You know, this is all for votes, but you know, you could just put it in a. You just put it in a mould.
Yes, you don't need to have it in a ring. You could put it in a big bowl.
And we used the bones to make a little bit of gravy. Browned them off in a pan, added some water, a little bit of stock cube there, and then I thickened it with a bit of corn flour. Then we used all the other ingredients with some of the feta to make like a niçoise salad. We char-grilled the pepper and the potato and the red onion, and we boiled up the beans. We made a little poached egg. Yeah. And that's dressed with a basil and garlic dressing. We took some of the feta, mixed it with egg and herbs, and stuffed these 2 pieces of red pepper, baked those off. We shredded the rest of the beans just as a side order to this lamb, and this feta was marinated with all the lemon and orange zest and juice and oil and basil and mint.
Fantastic. What do you think then, Kathy?
Beautiful.
Is it really lovely?
Beautiful as Bernard Matthews would say.
Yeah, all right then. Fantastic. She's delighted, ladies and gentlemen. Well, who is going to be today's winner? Is it going to be a green pepper or a red tomato? Please vote now. And up they go. Very good indeed. And we can see that today it's a green pepper day. And £100 spending money there. Somehow, I was going to say somehow, Gladys, I don't think I'd get in your choir with a voice like that. I'm a bit croaky today.
You sound pretty good to me.
Oh, that's
Can
wonderful.
I just say, this money will be going to Stevenage Ladies Choir. We are entertaining our German choir next year, so we will need this.
Oh,
and thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Wonderful. Very nice indeed. Well done to you too.
Thanks.
Well, you didn't get the money to donate to the choir, but you get the lovely Ready Steady Cook hamper.
Wonderful.
All sorts of lovely goodies in there. Did you enjoy yourself today,
Wonderful.
Kathy?
We had a smashing day, yeah.
Thank you for coming on and telling us all about all your experiences playing at the Royal Albert Hall. How exciting. Long may it continue, as I said before. It's great having your company. Well done, my man. Come and join us over here. Bring a few of your lovely desserts, because it's quickie bag time. But they've been absolutely fantastic. From the Stevenage Ladies Choir, ladies and gentlemen, Gladys and Kathy.
That's lovely, that. I'd have voted for that.
It's kind of nice when you see our chefs try other chefs' food, and so it's really nice. Compliment each other. Not embarrassed about that at all, but oh, I wonder if they'll be embarrassed about this a lot. Beautiful fresh pasta. We've got some watercress there, some cherry tomatoes on the vine, Roquefort cheese. We've got some pickled mussels in a jar, which you can get at your deli or your supermarket, and a red onion. There we are, gentlemen. That is the contents of your bag. Let's find out what our chefs are thinking of doing with them.
OK, well, pasta and fresh tomato, cherry tomato sauce. I think we'd caramelise them, add a little bit of garlic, basil, balsamic vinegar, olive oil, and then get the pasta going through there. Not much more needed to do that. Salad, watercress salad and Roquefort, marriage made in heaven, with some sweet and sour onions put through there, shredded and cooked down in wine and vinegar and sugar.
Nice.
And the mussels, we take half the pasta and we do the creamy mussels, and we haven't got any saffron, but we could put a bit of turmeric in there, white wine, again a little bit of garlic. We just, well, basically we just have lots of fun.
Yeah, sometimes we get bags, ladies and gentlemen. There's not really much flexibility for our chefs, and so this is quite a challenge for James Tanner.
Right, OK. Take the mussels, saute them off with a bit of the onion, the tomatoes and chilli, and then do it with the pasta. Usually you use crab, but mussels works really well with that. Chilli and olive oil. Lemon olive oil over the top. Do a classic creme de cresson, watercress soup. Lovely, bright, green, vibrant colour. With Roquefort croutons, and then why not do like a Roquefort fondue? And we can dip bits of bread in it and stuff like that. Would be great. And also with the rest of the pasta, you got everything there for a vegetarian pasta mix.
All sorts of lovely ideas our chefs have come up with. He said it. He's clever. He might be just as clever. We don't know. It's up to them. What's it going to be? Green peppers or red tomatoes? The choice is yours. All please vote now. Well, look at this. It's very, very interesting, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? No one would actually know from looking at home, but because I've got that little expert eyes, I realise that it's a red tomato. No. Yay! Let's get cooking! Your 10-minute cooking time, chef, starts now. Let's do it. Okay. And what can we do for you?
Right, James, do you want to do the fondue?
Oh, yeah. OK, brilliant.
OK,
Roquefort fondue.
What can I do for you, chef?
You give James... Save us a little bit of Roquefort for our salad and give James the rest.
OK, I'll do that for you.
That's lovely.
And what are you going to be starting off with, chef?
I'm going to start off with my tomato sauce.
Yeah.
Ainsley, if you... I'll put a pan up for you here. If you could shred me some onion and kind of a bit of sugar, a bit of vinegar in there, sweet sour onions to go through the salad.
OK, how much cheese do you want to give James, by the way, chef?
We'll have that much, and he can have the big bit.
OK, lovely. All right, I'll just leave that on there for you. James, can I just put that on the edge
that's
of the board
brilliant.
there, chef?
Thank you very much.
Lovely, thanks very much. Just whip that over. OK, chef, what did you want me to do with the onions? Do you want to
if you could shred the onion and then make it sweet and sour, you know, a bit of red wine vinegar, sugar, and then keep a little bit of the juice at the end, and we'll add some oil, and that'll become a lovely dressing to dress our watercress, and then we'll crumble the Roquefort on top.
Just sliced onion or rings?
It doesn't matter, just as long as it's really nice and fine.
That
and
makes
maybe
it no
if we get time,
should
we make a few croutons to go through it?
I'll do croutons for you. I'll do anything you want, my man.
Thank you.
Anything you want at all.
A cup of tea. The shed needs painting, and if you could cut the grass, it's a bit wet.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know.
And how often do you cut your grass then, Tone?
Well, but once a week if I have to.
In the season, of course.
In the season, obviously.
When the time's right, of course. Yeah. All right, then. Lovely. Right, so we'll sweat that. Is one of these pans for me or not?
That one's for you there.
OK,
yeah,
lovely.
That's lovely.
All right,
so I'm going to make this sauce all in one pan. I'll put a little bit of water on for my pasta. This pasta, I would presume the red pasta is beetroot.
That is, yeah. And do you like pasta like that?
I love fresh pasta.
OK. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a very, very quick tip here. See the onion? It goes across here, the lines go across. That's the way you want to cut it. If you cut it the other way, it's not going to separate as easily. So very fine as Tony wants it. Do this. You can probably do one of your little sort of food processors or something like that. We'll just have that cutter on it, or that mechanism that allows
you
to
could
do
dice
this.
it up, to be honest.
You could dice it,
yeah,
could
just
you?
dice it up, or you could just chop it coarsely. What we want is it to take in the vinegar and the sugar, so it's got real sweet and sour flavours and a little bit of a crunch to it. So when you're eating it, there's having the roquefort, and you've got the crunch and the sweet and the sour, and it's all going mad.
Oh, lovely. All right, then. Lots of lovely flavours going on. OK, just squeeze her, they'll break up beautifully. All right, then. Fantastic. Do you want any red onion kept for anything else, Chef? Or
I'll have a little bit for my sauce here.
OK, lovely. Just keep your touch there.
Just got to cut these tomatoes in half.
All right, very simple. Nice, easy way of doing that.
That's it.
OK. Yeah. Lovely. Any herbs going through? A bit of thyme or something going
go
through
for
that,
it.
Chef?
Yeah. Whatever you feel, Ains, yeah?
OK. And what's James getting on with? What did you ask him to
He's doing a fondue. He talked about doing a Roquefort fondue.
Yeah.
I've got the fondue going on.
And tell us how you're making that, Chef, Roquefort fondue.
OK, first of all, slice up some garlic. Into that, we're going to add a touch of white wine, which has gone in there. Drop in the cheese. Let the cheese start to dissolve in. Then we're going to bulk it out with a bit of cream, and also I'm going to add a little spoonful of Dijon mustard. Gives it a nice kick and, a nice consistency. Then it's basically anything you want to dip in it. Can be soft bread. I'm going to toast some off. And Tone, if you've got any tomatoes left, have you got any left?
How many do you want?
Just a few, and I'm going to stick them on some skewers and we can dip some of them in.
There you go.
OK,
Lovely.
got a few of those going there.
Thank you very much.
OK, and what about the watercress, Chef?
The watercress, we're just going to make sure it's clean, washed and ready to eat, so...
OK, best before. There we are.
It should be... We'll just get that in there. And I'm going to use a little bit in my pasta as well. I'm going to finish the pasta with it, because it's really nice and peppery.
Yeah.
Adds a nice bit of flavour. Use it, you might want to put, if you've got some rocket in, sometimes you finish a sauce, sauce with rocket. Well, watercress does
get that
just
off for us.
the job.
Can you do it?
Yeah.
There you go. Well done,
now,
my man.
that needs to be... Now, oh, I'm going to do a cream sauce with that, wasn't I? So, what that needs to be is washed off really well, because I'd forgotten this is pickled.
OK.
Now, if you put vinegar into double cream, which is what we're going to do, it will split it.
Split it, yeah. OK, it will curdle. All right then, Chef.
Curdle,
No
that's
problem.
the word, that's the word.
Oh, I'll rinse those off for you really well. All right, lovely. Now just get these going.
I'm going to put a little bit of chilli into this, just to give it a little bit of a kick as well.
All right, there you go.
We'll roast these off. Those can go on the salad. A little bit of...
All right then, Chef, they're all rinsed off for you.
Yeah, lovely.
Beautiful.
A little bit of white
Lovely.
wine.
Halfway, and we've also got a quickie question today, which comes courtesy of Alice Kemp from Hampton in Middlesex. Good afternoon to you, Alice. And you're asking, what can I use instead of cream, cheese, milk and gelatine when cooking for a vegan? Very interesting question, because we do get quite a few questions regarding sort of vegetarians and vegans, that type of thing. Let's start off with gelatine. Tony, an alternative, or what they can use for a vegan as far as gelatine is concerned.
If you
normally,
use...
explain to her before normally what it is.
What?
Well, classic gelatine is...
Gelatine is basically bones from cows.
Yeah.
That's boiled down and down and down, and it's all well, it's called gelatin that comes out of them, and it makes things set. It's very sticky. Okay.
So the alternative.
So the alternative is agar-agar, which is a thickening and a setting agent which comes from seaweed.
Okay.
Right.
Sure,
so you can use it, and you can buy it in most supermarkets. I think have it. And the beauty of using agar-agar, if you're going to do a vegetable mousse, and you want to serve it warm, if you'd have put gelatin in there, when you warm it up, it all splits out and it melts. Agar-agar doesn't. When it's warm, it still stays set.
OK.
So it's quite a good thing to
product.
use.
The only thing I'd say about that product, I'm just trying to remember. Sorry, my love, the name's got Alice. The only thing I say about that is if you're making a jelly, it's not quite as crystal clear. It's a little bit cloudy. So remember that, OK? It's nothing. Doesn't mean that there's something actually wrong with it. OK, Chef, give us about an alternative. We've got cream, cheese, milk. The choice is yours for a vegan.
Right, OK. What you do is go straight over to the health food shop, your nearest health food shop.
And this is what are we talking about here?
Right, this is for agar-agar and for one other product, which is soya.
Yeah.
They do soya milk, OK? And what you can do with soya milk is replace it in desserts. Also, they do a soya light, which you can half whip, and it gets kind of a cream consistency, not as thick as double cream. But why not try to incorporate it's sweet anyway, a bit of coconut milk into desserts and things like that. Another option there as well. OK,
lots of different things. As a replacement for butter, Alice, because that's a dairy product too, olive oil. It's particularly good. But the most important thing with vegans is they need to get a lot more protein in their diet. They haven't got that meat. Obviously, it's something that we just take for granted, but if you're a meat eater. So nuts are important. Sunflower seeds, any of those things, even sesame seeds that we use here. So try and incorporate that into a bit of a dressing using olive oil and a bit of lemon juice or something like that, so you get your protein into your diet, all right? I hope that helps. I think we've covered most things, but soya, there you go, and the gelatine, you've got some ideas there. That's OK. Here we are. I'll be fine, because I'm nearly there. We've got 2 minutes to go.
It doesn't take very long to cook.
OK, that's all right then, yeah. Let's pop that back on the top.
Right, sauce is ready. Okay. This, I've added a lot of olive oil to it now, so that's formed our dressing. OK. Right. And let's remember that was the onions that were fried down. We put a bit of fresh thyme in there, and we put a little bit of olive oil and the red wine vinegar. You could also put balsamic or white wine if you want. And you can just see, it just coats everything beautifully. It's glistening and it's warm. It's a warm salad. Now, you know, it would be quite nice to put some croutons with that, but somebody's obviously forgotten to make them. So I'll let you off.
I know you. What about these? Do you want
chives? That can go in.
OK.
Chives.
And some chives going in there too.
We need some plates.
OK, chefs.
We need some plates.
There we are. There we are. I'll give you the edge of the bread, chef, for the croutons. All right. So it's nice and crusty right at the edge there. So you get a few croutons going through there. That's OK. There we are. Now, Tone, you talked about doing a saffron sauce, but you've replaced it with something else. Tell us how you did that.
I've replaced it with turmeric, which is nothing like saffron, but it is yellow. Yeah?
Yeah. OK. 1 minute to go.
The mussels are in there. The pasta's nearly ready.
OK, here's your croutons, chef.
Croutons in there.
Yeah, there you go.
Lovely.
Just the edge of the bread there that we're using. All right, then. Lovely.
And we've got the roquefort in there. That's glistening. It's still nice and warm.
OK, roasted tomatoes coming out now.
Right,
40 seconds to go.
Roasted tomatoes are to garnish the salad.
OK, right, pasta, drain it off. Here we go.
Drain it off.
That's it, the beetroot, the blood of the sort of colour there's coming out now. We've got 30 seconds, Tone. Let's really knock this out very, very quickly. How you doing over there? You going to be ready, chef?
I'm ready, Ames. Yeah.
OK, let's get this going. 20 seconds to go. 2 different types. OK, you do one, I'll do the other. OK. Audience, help me count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop ticking! All right, chef. Tell us, what are you going to call it?
I'm rather fondue of this salad, but Ainsley, we're going to have to work pasta.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's quite clever. Now, what did you do with all your ingredients?
OK, well, I did... I cut my tomatoes in half. I got a nice big wok on, got some olive oil in there, got the garlic going, the shredded red onions going, added my tomatoes, a little bit of chilli, sautéed it off, finished it off with... it's a very quick sauce. Finished it off with the watercress, and then cooked the pasta and just finished it off in there.
Pasta cook, chef?
White wine.
Yeah, spot on.
Yeah.
White wine, a little bit of... cream and some turmeric, salt and pepper.
Ideally, you'd use saffron, wouldn't you?
Ideally, you'd use saffron, yeah.
OK.
And then just finish the pasta in there. Yourself, you shredded the red onions. Remember, you cooked it down with some... Was it brown sugar?
That's it. A little bit of brown sugar, put the red wine vinegar inside, a bit of fresh thyme went in there too, and just salted that off. And then you hit it with extra olive oil
as
tossed it through.
Crumbled the roquefort through, and that is peppery and beautiful blue cheese. And the tomatoes, kind of sweet and sour that they are anyway, really, really finishes that
Lovely.
off.
Yep, fondue, right, sliced up garlic, a bit of white wine in there, a bit of mustard, some of the roquefort, let it go thick and gooey, add a bit of cream to it as well, and I finish this one with thyme leaves, because I think it works really well. Goes with the roquefort.
Does it work well?
That worked really well,
Welcome to the Boxer, Tony Tobin. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you've enjoyed it, and do join us again for more cooking inspiration on Ready, Steady, Cook, 4:30 BBC 2. See you soon, bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.